Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of Music for Breakfast. My name is Philippine. I am 23 years old. And if there's one thing I know for sure, it's that we all have that moment in the day or the week when we need a serious boost of motivation. And what's the first thing we do in this kind of situation? We listen to some good music. So picture this for all the people who are not watching this episode: a fresh cup of coffee, a delicious breakfast, and an incredible artist to kickstart your day. So today you're about to discover an Irish artist from Mayo with a mind-blowing voice that will leave you hooked. So let's dive in with the amazing and very first guest, Zay.
Yeah, things I feel they got a hold on me. Was a drunken dream or ecstasy? Was a real love, a real drug? Lately I've been. Things I feel they got a hold on me. Was it drunken dream or ecstasy? Was it real love, real drugs? Lately I've been fucked up. Things I feel they got a hold on me. Was it drunken dream or ecstasy? Was it real love, real drugs? Lately I've been fucked up, fucked up, fucked up. Yeah. Lately I've been things I feel they got a hold on me. Was it drunken dream or ecstasy? Was it real love, real drugs? Lately I've been fucked up. Yeah. One more time. Things I feel they got a hold on me. Was a drunken dream or ecstasy? Real love, real drug. Lately I've been.
Welcome, Zay.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. Pleasure to be on
Yeah.
your show.
It's an honor for me to have you as my very first guest. Just to give some context to the listeners, I've known you for almost 3 years now.
Yeah,
And the first time I heard you sing, I was shocked. I was speechless. Like, you know how much I love your voice. I love your songs. I love everything. I love when you perform. I'd like to start talking about the song you just performed, Ecstasy, which is amazing. So you released this song on January 3rd, 2025,
yeah,
right?
yeah. That sounds about right.
With 22,218 streams
Yeah,
already.
I guess that's what it's on. I guess, yeah.
Like, how do you feel about the excitement people have for this track?
Yeah, man. The track is really special to me. First off, it was came from a really special moment, and I guess some songs more than others you share more of an intimacy with.
Yeah.
So for this song, so many people have worked on this song. I'm sure we probably will go into that, but yeah, it's great to, I suppose, feel the love from everyone around me, and they really enjoy it. So
Do you feel nervous before releasing a song? Like, wondering how people will react to it?
to some degree, yes. I mean, I have been releasing music for maybe 4 or 5 years. Like my first ever song was on like SoundCloud, and we'll never show people that. But I suppose in terms of releasing music, I'm at a place right now where I'm sitting on so much music. I just want to like let go of it and let it be to the world. I found that sometimes songs that I personally really like, fans may not enjoy as much as me. And that goes vice versa. So sometimes when I don't particularly think this is my best song, it'll get the best reception. So I don't know if that answers the question, but I kind of just like let it go and not think too much about it.
And do you draw inspiration from your own experiences when writing songs, or do you write just whatever comes to your mind? I'm asking you this question because I feel like if I'm like as an artist, if I'm writing a song about something that happened to me, like a real situation,
Yeah.
I will like if let's say people don't like the song, I will take it really personally. Like it will affect me more than if I'm writing a song, you know,
About
just
a topic someone's
yeah,
getting.
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it's different depending on the circumstances, you know. I love to collaborate with people, and if it's a case where I'm writing a song with maybe three or two people other than myself, I'm trying to pick up a vibe and I'm trying to like suppose see what is the topic, what is the song about. Although I'll never actually address like what is the song about. I don't like when people do that because I feel like that gives me a barrier.
Yeah.
With music, I like to have open interpretation. You know, the song Ecstasy to me can have one meaning and to the next person it means something else. And I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like, this is what this song is about. I want the song to be about whatever you want to be about. Um, but when I write songs for the most part, it's personal things that have happened in my life, I guess. And music is like a form of therapy in some way. So I'm not really calculating what the song is going to be about. I kind of write the song and then afterwards I'll look and be like, oh, so that's what this is about.
Okay.
And it changes with each song. It's
Yeah,
very
it
different,
depends.
you know?
Like I've always believed that like experiencing situations with passion like helps create deeper songs.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'll always say this, like you can have the best maybe songwriters or singers in the world or even musicians, right? But if they don't play with passion or with soul, you can't compare it, you know? Some of my favorite singers, like there's just one memorable, really memorable performance that's on YouTube, My Mind by Yeba.
Okay.
And if you haven't seen it, you need to go
I
see it.
have. Yeah.
And
I will.
the way Yeba sings, technically it's flawless, but there's so much emotion in it, which for me kind of outweighs the technicality. And the way she does both of them together is just like, wow, this is amazing.
And do you have any like do you have a favorite theme to write about? Because I know you're writing a lot about love, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Like would you say it's easy to write about love? Because let's be real, like almost every artist writes about love at some point.
Of course. I think naturally I go to love, you know.
Yeah.
Uh,
But would you say it's an easy topic or is just like a universal thing?
I think it's quite universal, you know, I think being a songwriter, my job is to be vulnerable and to be relatable.
Yeah.
So if I can speak about my own experience, not to take away from them, but they're not necessarily unique.
Yeah.
When I write about a love song, maybe you can relate, but in your own world, you know?
Of course.
So I think because love is this thing that we all shared, it's so easy to relate.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I know you have Portuguese roots.
Yes.
Has that culture ever inspired you to write a song?
Yeah, it's interesting. So if you don't know more, both my parents are from Portugal and I grew up in the west of Ireland my whole life. So that's a bit interesting. And I suppose when I first started making music when I was like 15 or 16, I'm 21 now, just for context. Um, I suppose my friends were kind of like, oh, you should try to do something in Portuguese. And I tried. But I can speak Portuguese, but I can't actually like read or write it. So it made it really complicated, you know. I learned Portuguese just by speaking to my family
Yeah.
members and whatnot. So when it came to actually writing it, I'm kind of terrible at writing in Portuguese.
But would you like to release a song in Portuguese?
If I was working with the right people and I was able to translate it in a way that
Yeah.
I think, I don't know what's the word, if I was happy with translation and the way it sounded like, of course.
Why not? Yeah. Okay. On April 26th, 2024, you released an album called What I Should Have Said,
Yeah.
that I love, by the way. And you collaborated with George II on the song Broken Bonds.
Yeah.
How do you decide on your collaborations?
Um,
Do you need to match, like, have like a kind of a certain connection with the person you're going to collaborate with?
well, I don't think I'm a fan of so many people in the music in the Irish scene right now. It's unbelievable. And I'm a fan of so many people and friends of so many of these people as well. I think in terms of collaboration, you can be an amazing artist, but if we don't connect as people, it won't translate well onto a track. So I kind of, in an ideal world, I get to sit down and even have a coffee and I sit down for an hour and just have a conversation and get to know a person a little bit. Something like that always will be at the start before I make a song with someone. Yeah. But in terms of broken bonds, the way it came about, I was on a writing camp in Toulouse and I was making a song with DM. I like to call him Harry, so I'll probably address him as Harry. Um, with Harry, and we just had a moment where we made this song, and we had the foundation of broken bonds before George came into mind, and Harry has worked with George in the past, and we could nearly like visualize him in the song. So we're like, yeah, perfect. This is the guy for it, you know. I think certain artists can bring certain energy to the table, you know, like I know what I bring to the table is very good, but I may not fit onto a song with anyone, you know? So it's calculated.
So was it like an evidence to have George on this track?
Yeah, I think like we were both in agreement, like, yeah, we have to see at least, you know,
Yeah.
before anyone else.
Okay. And so you talked about DM.
Yes.
We love DM. He's such a good producer. You work a lot with him.
Absolutely.
Can you tell me, like, could you describe like a studio session with him?
Oh man, I love working on Harry. Harry is one of the people when I moved up to Dublin who's really given me a lot of, who's put a lot of his faith in me, you know. I take a lot of his time, which is also his living, you know.
Yeah.
So to have someone in your side who believes in you like that is amazing, first off. Um, I do a lot of business for Harry in terms of music, but we're friends first.
Okay.
So it depends. I think previously, up until this point, it's very much been like very relaxed.
Yeah.
I'll go over to the studio and we'll sit down, we'll have coffee, tea, chat, you know, whatever, talk about what's happening in your life. And
Sure.
he'll just start making something. Maybe I might show him a song that influences me or a song that he really likes at the time. And then I'll be like, oh, I really like this guy. Okay, let's try and make something like this. And I think both, I would say my influences change every 2 weeks. So I know it's so crazy, but
Which is good though.
yeah, I like to listen to new music all the time. So whatever I'm listening to in this 2 week period is going to be most influenced by whatever artist I'm listening to. And then another 2 weeks, hopefully that changes, and it's always evolving. And it's the same on Harry's side. So it's always just a really cool combination of us being experimental. In more recent times, we've been like trying to lock in, as they say. So when we were sitting on a lot of like half finished projects,
Okay.
so when we come in, we're like, okay, cool. Let's do like turn your phone off.
Yeah.
Let's work on this right now.
I have an interesting question for you now.
Okay.
So was there a specific moment when you thought, I can truly say that I'm an artist now? Like, for example, when you released your first song, or when you did your first gig, or even when you earned money for the first time as an artist?
I don't know. I think that's for each own person to decide.
Yeah.
For me, like my end goal is to survive indefinitely off my music. I would love to tour the world. I would love to just live off my music, whether that is I'm making the bare minimum to survive, or whether I can travel the world and I don't have to worry about money. I always say I want to do music like literally until I die. It's not even about a career. It's just about something that I love and that speaks for me.
Yeah, it's a
And
passion.
can I ask what was the question again? I think I
Like,
just went off topic.
was there a specific moment, like, when you were like, now I can say I'm an artist?
Yeah. So as I said, I've been making music for a couple of years, and I remember the first thing I ever uploaded onto Spotify. It's actually been taken down since because I no longer love it, and you know. But I'm trying to think. Maybe I was 17,
Okay.
around that age, and it was an EP, and I had like 5 or 6 songs on it. And in secondary school, at the end of every year, we would do like a camping trip.
Yeah.
So just down the road on one of our local beaches, we do like a camp, and there'd be like 20 or 30 of us all having a good time. It was really nice. And I remember everyone used to make jokes because, SoundCloud rapper, whatever. I wasn't too good at the time. And I mean, even some of them today might even say I'm not too good. It's always subjective. But I remember someone put one of my songs on the speaker. And I suppose there's maybe that bit of like embarrassment or anxiousness. And I remember like some of the people knew the words. And like there were people I were friendly with, but not super close. And I was like, oh wow, like this is so cool. And I remember it was like maybe 5 or 6 people who knew the chorus.
That's insane.
But compare that to now, it's obviously so different. I mean, last week we just played at a sold out Workman's main room, and even just putting those two in the same sentence, I still have the same feeling from whether it was 6 people or 250.
Yeah.
It's not about the scale of it; it's about the meaning.
Yeah, it's probably such a nice feeling. Like,
Yeah, it's special.
you are an independent artist.
Yeah.
Is it a choice, or would you like to be signed by like a major label?
Hmm. Um, I don't know. Like, is it a choice? Is interesting phrasing to me. I don't know. I think obviously we all want to be at a position where the labels are watching you. Because that means you're doing something right.
Yeah.
I feel maybe in this day and age, there's a lot of successful independent artists that have kind of shown you don't need labels. And in my opinion, I think labels want you when they realize you have something good. And maybe at that point, you can do it yourself. It's all a matter of how much can I do myself
Yeah.
and how much can I do with my team. And I suppose constantly assess it and you just have to see.
Yeah.
I don't want to say anything too much because I don't know
Yeah,
what
I
the
get.
future holds.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. And like, what are, like, in your opinion, what are the like hardest challenges, sorry, of being an independent and emerging artist?
Um, for me personally, it's like finance, really.
Yeah.
Not that this completely limits us, but it's a big factor that we all have to think about. Everything I make to this day, I'm still falling short. I'm not even breaking even.
Yeah.
And that's at the point where I have to do that. I have to make loss after loss after loss. Even to see the 22,000 streams, which to someone is no one, but to me, that's a lot. I made a loss on that. Um, and eventually you just have to try and calculate, okay, what is it, which song or what project is worth taking a loss for.
Yeah.
And which is a kind of messed up because it seems like it's just an industry where we're losing money
Yeah.
until one day it switches. Um,
It's like an investment. Like,
it's constantly investing. You have to invest in yourself. And I fear that's why so many people don't continue to do it
yeah.
because you have to understand that you're not going to see a return just yet, but you will. And you have to believe in yourself.
Yeah, like a lot of people give up.
Yeah,
Because
I mean, I remember, I forget who it was, but when I was young, someone said 99% of the time in the music industry, you're going to be told no. But if you don't give up, you will never fail. That's the only way you fail. So I guess here we are, still trying. That is one factor. I think, mental health is a big factor.
yeah.
If I can't, say if I'm not in a place to write songs, creatively, nothing happens.
Yeah.
I lose motivation. Sometimes you have to be disciplined over motivation. At the end of the day, making music is the easy part. Everything else is a business.
Exactly.
I didn't exactly sign up for this to be a business person, but at the end of the day, I have to realize I am my own business.
Exactly. Yeah. You're a product, kind of.
Yeah, of course.
This is how it is.
To someone who is not here,
Yeah.
who's never met either of us, it's just a name on the internet.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's interesting.
And so you were talking about, yeah, like your team, and I know that you have a great team.
Yeah, of course.
Would you say it's important to be surrounded by the right people in this music industry?
Oh, absolutely. It's kind of a cold world, I won't lie. Everyone does show love, but at the same time, everyone has their best favor in mind.
Yeah.
So, um, family and friends first is very important to me. Can get complicated in the past. It has gotten complicated where you get your close friends and your family involved, and then it turns weird. It's you got to be very you have to be very transparent with the people in your life. You know,
True.
things can go wrong over minor things that can easily be avoided if you
Yeah.
have the right people.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, trusting your team is
Yeah.
so important.
Crucial. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so the world changed a lot, with especially with social media. Like, and back in the days, I feel like record labels were signing artists for their talent. But today, they're signing artists also for their social media activity and their followers. Like, how do you feel about that?
Um, I feel a bit cheated. No, it's the place we're in. You know,
Yeah.
um, I look back at it, a lot of old school artists, and there's a lot of ways I wish I could just make music the way they do. Even something as simple as small bit off topic, but something as simple as the length of a song nowadays has to be calculated.
Yeah.
And if you look at Ecstasy, it's under 2 minutes, and I actually think this is the reason why it performs so well. Because if someone listens for a minute and a half, their attention span,
Yeah.
um, they stay attentive. But if that song is 5 minutes, I'm saying 90% of the people are not going to hear the last 30 seconds of the song, which sucks because I just want to make a piece of art. It's a special thing.
Yeah, you don't want to think about like other factors.
Yeah, I just want to make the music.
Yeah.
But social media presence, business wise, marketing, all this stuff is now a part of the package.
Yeah.
If you're an artist or in a band or whatever, it has to be calculated. And that's what the labels want. They want to see how much you can do by yourself.
Yeah.
And then they just, I guess, pump the money and make it happen, you know? But creatively, you have to be the one who knows all this stuff.
But would you say an artist in 2025 is an influencer as well?
I think everyone influences everyone.
Yeah.
I think, I was in a session with someone maybe 2 weeks ago, and they said, and this was a person that before I ever wrote my first lyrics, I was listening to their music. So this was special already. And they said, let's go make something that's going to inspire the next generation. And I kind of laughed. I was like, I'd never say that. But when you say it, it's true because you inspired me. Do you know what I mean? Um, so it's interesting. You never know who you're inspiring.
No,
For
true.
me, I'm just making music in my bedroom.
Yeah.
Then someone across the world who I've never met is playing that song every day.
Yeah. Being an influencer is, I feel like it's working 24/7. You know what I mean?
You definitely have to separate Zay from Jose, you know?
Yeah.
I think although Zay is absolutely who I am, it is also kind of a persona, it's a character. When I'm on stage, I'm absolutely Zay. I lose myself and there's no one else in that room with me, you know? It's more of I don't know how to describe it, but I need to be me as well. And I can't constantly be thinking like, oh, will this look good on Instagram? Or if I say this, will I get cancelled? Or
Yeah.
I don't believe in all that stuff, you know. Well, although it is very true,
Yeah.
I don't want to say I put myself in that pocket. If I want to just like have a joke with my friends or so to say something, I don't want to have to be like, oh, I need to be politically correct.
Yeah.
Because I'm an easygoing person and it doesn't have to be that deep. So yeah, it can be really full on, but I think you can choose to be in that or not.
And do you have a like specific strategy to stand out in the Irish music industry?
Hmm. I don't think I have a specific strategy. I think I'm just being myself. And by doing that, I think I'm standing out.
This is so important. Like to just, keep being authentic and,
Yeah, look, I think I'm quite versatile. I came up for years rapping, and now recently I'm kind of leaning more into singing a bit more. And I think having both of those creative influences, I can't stand it, and I do stand it. As I said, I just have to be myself, and whatever music I make, whatever way people want to perceive me, I just have to be me.
Yeah. So I saw you performing so many times.
Yeah, of course.
It's amazing. You're so good on stage. What has been your most memorable live performance?
There's always so there's so many. I don't know. I guess there is a couple that stand out memorable for good or bad reasons, you know.
Yeah.
I can speak on a few, I guess. So most recently, not Thursday that just passed, but Thursday, I think it was the 27th of February.
Okay.
So it was recent enough. You guys were there.
Mm-hmm.
And we played at Workman's Main Room and it sold out. We were a support act. We'd sell everything and bleach. And we were the opener for the night. And I guess, well, maybe not one particular moment, but just seeing that room full in particular, because I love that venue, that stage, seeing it like full
Yeah.
was really special, you know. Because as I said, that first time I felt like an artist when I saw five people know the words to my song. When I'm at a point where I'm confident enough to kind of like get the crowd to sing along to my songs,
Yeah.
and that happens, and you're like, whoa, like this is so surreal. Well, it's not normal for a person to be standing in a stage in front of 100 or 200 people, and everyone's watching it. You know? It is really weird because I guess when I'm present in that moment, I'm not viewing it as that. But then when I step away and I'm like describing it now, I'm like, yeah, I'm just a normal dude. Like after this, I'm gonna walk down the street and nobody knows I exist,
Yeah.
which is really cool, you know.
True.
So that's just performing in general. I love so much, and there's a lot of highlights where I just receive so much love,
Yeah.
and it's beautiful. I think the most tragic uh, performance I had, oh, it was so brutal. So that EP, what I should have said. Well, I forget what was the exact date, but on we done a release party for it,
Yeah.
and oh, it was rough.
I remember. Wow.
You know, look, we need these times to humble us so we can be better. But basically, what happened is it was a real stressful day. Didn't take care of myself. Got two songs in, and I had to go backstage, and I got sick everywhere,
Yeah.
and I couldn't perform. And I was really kicking myself over because this was really special to me. You know, uh, the album just charted #1 on iTunes. I'd never had that before, and yeah, I got two songs into it. My mum came up from Mayo to see me, and she rarely has the time to do that, and it was heartbreak, man. It was so memorable though, and I guess it's a good story to tell now,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, when you fall, you got to pick yourself back up and just be like, yeah, this is meant to be.
But do you learn from, like, I don't know, maybe all the bad performance you did?
Absolutely, I learn more from the bad than the good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, if I could choose, cool. I'd be like, I'd love to have just amazing performances. You can't have the amazing performances without the bad ones, you know. Um, I suppose in that performance in particular, I learned about my routine because I just didn't take care of myself before the day of the show, and I'm
Yeah.
trying to do that now. Yeah,
But you're still motivated after, like, a bad performance.
absolutely. I mean, it's actually weird.
Mm.
I'm actually more motivated after a bad performance
Yeah.
and a good one. There's this thing that I came to discover, and maybe it's not the right word, but like post performance depression is like when you're on stage and you just have an amazing show and you come off and the adrenaline wears down. It's a scary place to be for a lot of people, you know. You have That's a big part of this lifestyle that you have to learn to adapt to. Because as I was saying, you're one person in front of maybe hundreds, and you come off stage and you go backstage and there's no one, and you're just left with
Yeah, that's what we were saying, like, just before that. You have to be surrounded by the right people, you know?
yeah.
Well,
Because
because
if I'm here singing my heart out and I'm really putting myself in a place to let these emotions come out for you to feel, after I perform, I don't, some more time, I don't even want to speak to no one. I love to see that people enjoy it, but it's tough, you know, because I'm just so in my own head and
yeah.
I'm still like I just got rid of this weight,
Yeah.
you know? So that's the times where, if anything, I'm more critical. I'm more like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't know, was it good enough? Was it this? But I know the people loved it, you know? So
It's the most important.
it's interesting though.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about performing abroad?
Abroad, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Um, Being independent, it's kind of one of the things that holds me back. Financially doesn't make sense,
Yeah.
you know? Um, I'm doing my first gig outside of Dublin in like 2 weeks or a week and a half. So I'm going to Galway, which would be fun. Be my first gig in Galway. And it's not exactly abroad, but it's in hopes to make things make more sense
Yeah.
financially, you know. We will, if I got asked to play in London tomorrow, I would love to. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if I'm just going to lose 300 euros doing that, does it make sense? I don't know. So again, this is a business. I can't just be spending money without money
Yeah.
coming in.
And last question on this, but which international artist would you like to perform with?
I don't know. Oh my God. I'm big fans of like a lot of artists and bands. Um, well, for this in particular, like, so normally when I perform, it's with the band and the internet.
Yeah.
So, in regards to that, there's this up and coming band called Keo
Okay.
from, I want to say London area. I could be a bit off, but UK anyways.
Okay.
I'd love to play with them. But as a solo artist, like
Yeah.
someone like Dave, Valentine Dave was one of my first loves of music. You know, when I discovered his catalog, I think that would just be so surreal. So yeah, I think that's two very different.
Okay. I have a little quiz for you. Are you ready?
I guess so. Yeah, let's go for it.
Never listen to music again or never sing again. It's a tough one.
Never sing or never listen to music again. I oh, how you gonna tell me I can never sing again? That's crazy. I have to give you an answer, don't I? Never sing or never listen. No, that's an easy answer. Never sing again.
Yeah.
I think so. 'Cause what?
It's two different things.
I think I'd never sing again. Yeah,
Yeah?
I think so.
Okay. For a tour bus breakfast, full Irish breakfast or just coffee?
Give me full Irish, so you're mad. Give me that full Irish, yeah?
Have a song go viral on TikTok or win a Grammy?
Win a Grammy, absolutely. TikTok is
Perfect
washed, man.
answer. I agree. Have unlimited studio time but no live shows or tour forever but never record?
I'd never record a song again. Never.
Yeah?
I was just touring, definitely. That's one of my most favorite things in the world to perform. You create beautiful moments in the studio, but they're not the same as
Yeah.
that moment when you're in front of people, you
Yeah,
know?
you probably have a different sensation on stage, right?
It's different.
Write only sad songs or happy songs?
I feel like I do this already. I'd probably I'd love to write happy songs, but it's not in me.
Yeah.
No, I'm happy, don't get me wrong,
Oh yeah.
but it's just so easy to write the sad songs.
But would you like to write more happy
I
songs?
would, but if I had to pick one to
Yeah.
forever,
I feel like you can get like more emotions with sad
sad
songs.
songs. And now if you look at it, there's a lot of songs that seem like they're happy, but they're actually sad
Yeah.
songs. So yeah, we take the sad
Yeah.
songs.
Okay. And one last question. Have your song in a Hollywood movie or in a Super Bowl commercial?
Put me in the movie. I'm just in an ad, right? A commercial, yeah. Just put me in the movie.
Okay. Okay, cool. So, thank you for this interview.
No, thank you.
It was great. What is the just greatest lesson music taught you?
Um, to believe in myself,
Yeah.
through anything, to really have faith that with the right people around me and a bit of belief, bit of strength, we can do it. I'm no different to anyone. The people before me are no different to me. So one day this will be our career and we will do it. So,
Yeah.
just believe in yourself. If you don't, you have to be your biggest doubter. Biggest, is that the right word? Person who questions everything, but
Yeah.
also has the most belief in yourself. You have to be your biggest fan.
Yeah, it's really important. I agree on that. Yeah. And what are you currently like working on?
Oh, I'm sitting on a lot of music.
Yeah.
So in regards to empty internet, I have a 5-song project released, which is currently getting mixed and mastered.
Okay.
Um, and then just myself and Harry, we have maybe 4 or 5 songs that are ready to go.
Oh.
Maybe I got a release next Friday. I don't know. Maybe I kind of just like decide very spontaneously when I want to release.
Yeah.
I've overthought it a lot in the past.
Yeah.
So this year I'm just kind of like, cool, it's going out and it's out. So yeah, I'm sitting on a lot of music. I'm just continuing to make music and have fun and
Yeah.
hope it picks up some momentum.
Exactly. And where can people find your music and follow your journey?
Yeah, so Instagram, my Instagram is Jose from Mayo,
Easy.
because I'm from Mayo. And if you look up Zay, so it's Z-E Father on Spotify, Apple Music, all that stuff.
All the platforms.
TikTok, Jose from Mayo. And yeah, and I have a link tree on my Instagram. So if you go there, you can find me
Cool.
everywhere.
And I have one last request. Could you perform an unreleased song?
Yeah, let's
Please.
let's do it.
Let's go.
Concrete jungle, circus made for two, cross paths walking down in this universe zoo, city shining. There's no light in the sky. In your absence, I feel sun on both sides. I feel sun on both sides. Now I see laughter, I hear tears. Could you tell me what you want feel like years? Proud ringmaster, everyone looking at you in a room full of people. Isn't me who you choose? Isn't me who you choose? How'd I lose?